when I first became aware of domestic violence, gender violence, as a political issue in the 1970s, with the speak outs and all of the kind of feminist formations that were occurring at that time, the first question that was tackled was the question of silence. How we're talking about a form of violence that has been in most human societies for hundreds of years. And we also learn how to hide it, because somehow it's represented as the problem of the survivor. I wrote a book some years ago called Blues Legacies and Black Feminism. And one of the reasons I wrote that book was because in listening to Black women blues singers, Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, and so forth, Ida Cox, Rosa Henderson, and so forth, I noticed that many of them sang about violence. They sang about what was happening to them in their relationships. I wanted us to have a sense of how long it often takes for these ideas to make a difference. And of course, we want to see immediate change. We're gathered here today discussing an issue which first became a part of public discourse over 50 years ago. And as a matter of fact, this is the most widespread pandemic form of violence in the world. And with all of the actions that have happened, with all of the domestic violence centers and rape crisis centers and so forth, the actual incidence of violence has not changed very much. When I think back to my own childhood and the lack of a capacity to understand that something needed to be done and something could be done. I mean, I'm very fortunate in my family, immediate family. We did not have direct experiences, but I can remember many stories, friends and relatives, and I can remember at that time just feeling absolutely incapable of doing anything, because the discourse, the available discourse, was that this was just a natural phenomenon. This was just something that existed, and nothing could really be done about it except to find solutions involving escape, but not changing the frame, not challenging whether violence was necessarily a part of human relationships. And when I compare that period to today, we have made progress that would have been unimaginable. That I don't know whether I've ever experienced a moment when vast numbers of people were so politically engaged, when vast numbers of people were so concerned about the future of our planet, concerned about the climate, concerned about war, concerned about ending racism. And so that's very different from, this is a period unlike any other in the history of this country. We're making progress. I feel very hopeful. I feel very hopeful.
Wonderful.